the first thing we want to do is cut the power off of the timer and breaker. So go ahead and shut the timer off. Go ahead and flip the breaker off. Now I just go ahead and flip all the breakers off just to make sure there's no power anywhere inside this breaker box, because we're going to get inside of this in a bit. And then also one other thing I'll do is check with the voltage checker. So all this stuff is off, so we're good there. Alright, so now we're going to replace the flex conduit right there going down to the pump. So we're going to go ahead and disconnect all the wires here. We're going to change. Now I did talk to the homeowner. This house was built before 1999, so technically the white cable or white wire would be okay, you know, but since we're going to be updating it, may as well update it to code. So we're going to take the white breaker wire out, disconnect all the wires here, pull this flex out, and then just rebuild it all with fresh wires and get that taken care of. Now also another important note, this is all braided wire here, so keep it all braided. Don't mix solid and braided. So let's get started. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and loosen the wires that go out to the pump, which would be terminals 2 and 4, and also the ground. So then after they're loosened and out, we just go ahead and pull them through here and out this way. We're going to knock this loose here. And we're going to use a new fresh one when we go to rebuild this. So that's what we do. And go ahead and take that apart. Alright, now we got all the wires out. We got all the wires out of the timer here. We undid the breaker wires here as well. We're going to replace this white one. And now we're just going to go ahead and undo the, if you can see it here in the picture, I'm not sure if you can. There's some clamps here for the flex. We're going to go ahead and undo those and then just pull it all out. Alright, so we got the new flex installed, tightened down here, ran the new breaker wire that's white, or black instead of white, over here to the equipment. So what we're going to do first is tighten the lines from the breakers down first, so just so we don't get them mixed up with the pool, so it's backwards. So we're going to go ahead and put this red one here under load 1, or line 1, excuse me. Put that there. And then put this black line under line 3. Terminal 3. Now we have power back to the timer. Alright, now we're about to hook up the pump load lines going out to the pump. Normally we would put it here in 2 and 4, but because this is a variable speed pump, we're going to do something a little different. Essentially, we're going to have the pump powered at all times because it runs off its own timer. So we're actually going to run the load wires to the pump on 1 and 3, the same lines as the breaker, so that way the pump always has power. So we'll go ahead and take care of that now. So always try to get the wires nice and tight so that way it inserts easier. Never want them on the same side either. You want them on separate sides. So there's that one. Always good to put some upwards tension on the wires as you're tightening the terminal. And that's it. And then we're going to save 2 and 4. We're installing a salt cell as well. I went ahead and pre-tapped this out, so we're going to have some power going into here from the salt cell. So, I should say the power center, which will be installed over here. So that's why 2 and 4 are vacant right now. It's going to be for the salt system. So now as you can see, we have a much cleaner setup in the timer box. We have some room here now for the salt cell when we go to plug that system in. But in the meantime, much cleaner, and that's always important as well.